Hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and in this video we will be looking at the amazing Archon Gara. So this Warframe is actually pretty good in Steel Path. I'm pretty surprised that not many players are playing Gara in terms of fissures or just straight up defense mission fissures. Now when it comes to Gara, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be using him as a defensive type of Warframe, but he can also be used for offensive as well. In fact, the builds that I have for you are pretty much offensive. So the Archon Shards that I have installed would be the casting speed shards here. The last three would be the ability duration shards. Before I even get into the builds that I have for you, I just want to show you my Parazon mod loadout here, which is Blood for Energy, Power Drain, as well as Swift Mercy, and the reason being is for the second build that I have for you. I am also currently using the Vonus as my Shatter Lash stat stick, and this is the reason because, well, it is a signature weapon for Gara, as well as, well, the ribbon that I have here is actually pretty decent in terms of Shatter Lash buffing. So I have all these damage mods here, so everything is damage, 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 and Corrupt Charge with 30 initial combo, which also increases damage as well. And finally, I have a Hound that pretty much strips or siphons the Eximus's auras into its own, so it's pretty nice, as well as the Overguard, so that way my Mass Vitrify or the nuking bit will pretty much hurt the Eximus. Now you don't really need to have a Hound for this, as this is just pretty much optional, but it does help a bit. So the first build will be the nuking build here, and I have a Mass Vitrify with Nourish here for the energy as well as the viral effects. The Shatter Lash stats here is pretty decent. I pretty much just one tap on this. I don't really hold it down at all. And I always cast Splinter Storm and keep it up as much as possible. With Splinter Storm's damage reduction, you're pretty much not going to need anything related to defense in terms of armor or HP or shields. As long as you are doing your job as a nuker, you're pretty much going to be safe. So I have Steel Charge here to buff the melee damage on the Shatter Lash as well as my melee weapon. I also have Power Drift here, which can be replaced with Cunning Drift if preferred, Transient Fortitude for more ability strength, and the reason I have the ability duration shards is because of Transient Fortitude, so it does pretty much make up for that negative ability duration. I have Stretch for more range, Augur Reach for more range, as well as the overshields that I will pretty much get, Primed Flow for more energy, of course, Blind Rage for the extra ability strength, which is really needed, Augur Message, same thing as Augur Reach as well, more overshields, Overextended for more range, because you definitely want to get as much range as possible. And of course, Umbra Intensify for more ability strength. The two arcanes I have here are the Molt arcanes, pretty much self-explanatory. And with the Molt efficiency, this is really good on Gara because, well, you do have a 90% damage reduction, and your shields will pretty much be up almost 100% of the time. If you are in a Corpus Steel Path mission, you will pretty much nuke every single type of Corpus. Of course, that is applicable to the nuking method. But when it comes to, let's say, Eximuses, obviously you do need to take care of that yourself. When it comes to Grineers, it does take a while to nuke them. Alright, so here's the second build, pretty much more of a parkour build instead of a nuker build. And with these stats alone, pretty much, well, good enough. I do have a Subsuin Infested Mobility for parkour. This is a optional ability. Get Nourish if you want, get whatever you want here, because most of the time you'll be using and relying on Splinter Storm. So I have Sprint Boost for more mobility, as well as Cunning Drift for mobility and range, Power Drift for more ability strength, Constitution for duration, more energy, more strength, of course more range, and more duration. So the mods are pretty much self-explanatory. I do have Molt Augmented here, as well as Molt Efficiency here. For Molt Efficiency, you definitely want to wait a bit before casting Splinter Storm, so that way you get the 36% buff. And that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. And hopefully this video helps you a little bit on Gara. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out.